Hey, how's it going, everybody? Ken Westerfeld here today, and I'm going to take you through the braid to mono connection that I use for my top shots. And a while back I saw a tutorial on this knot. I learned it really quick. I was excited about it. I used it in the field. I fell in love with this knot. This knot has worked extremely well for me. Keep in mind, I've used many different braid to mono connections in the past, including uni to uni, Albright, Crazy Alberto, the FG, and I'll be honest, this knot that I'm going to show you now, it's not the smoothest of knots going through the guides. It's a bit lumpy, but that doesn't bother me in the least because it's very, very strong and it really has not failed me at all. And the great part about this knot is that after I snag up in the bottom and I'm forced to break off my rig, I usually come back with most of my mono leader, and I'm able to just tie on a new rig and get back down fishing again. So that's very important to me. It's a big time saver. As long as I'm able to salvage my leader material that's tied onto my braid, I'm good. All right, so without further ado, this was shown to me, and I believe it was called the G3 or the G4 knot, and for some crazy reason, I cannot locate that tutorial on this knot. So here goes. We take our 60-pound leader material. Okay, hope the camera sees that well. And we just cross it over itself like so. Okay. And we're going to twist it around inside this loop 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Right? Now, we're going to take this loop and we're going to pull it down until it forms a nice figure 8 like that. Hope the camera sees that. Okay. Next, we're going to take our, this is either 50 or 55 pound boat braid, I'm not sure. Okay, so here's our braid. Here's our figure 8. We're going to go through the top eye of the 8 and out the bottom, and we're going to pull about 8 or so inches of braid through there. And the tricky part is right here. We're going to form a horseshoe, and we're going to pinch the braid up against our leader material like so. Okay, then we're going to do 8 neat wraps. Try to wrap the braid true around the leader material. Right, I think that's 8. And go now 8 back up the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now, whoop, we lost one there. You could do 7, you could do 8, but I always kind of stick with 8. All right, so now the thing is taking the tag end of your braid, going through your horseshoe, and just, it's a half hitch. So you're going to go bring the braid back through itself, half hitch 1, and whoop, let's just set that horseshoe back up there correctly. Half hitch 1 and half hitch number 2. Bring it back through, right around, and cinch that down lightly. Okay, so at this point, that's the knot in progress. There's your figure 8 loop at the top of your mono. There's your 8 wraps down, your 8 wraps up, and your horseshoe in the middle, right? And now what we're going to do, always wet your knots for strength. So I just wet my figure 8 and I'm going to pull that closed, right? Cinch it down tight. I always kind of have the bad habit of clamping it in my teeth. I should be using pliers. but old habits die hard. Okay, so now I pull my knot up to the mono knot, and I just want to pull at the same time. I pull the tag end of the braid as I finish cinching that up to the mono knot there. Okay, and that's your finished knot right there. It packs down really nice, and you can, if you need, you know, if that figure 8 knot gets really tight, it's hard to pull the braid through, you can actually help it along with your fingers along the leader and just snug it down, pack it up against that mono knot, and it's very strong. Okay, so we're going to take our scissors. Again, the scissors are just about the most important tool any tog fisherman can have, and we're going to trim that tag end right up to the knot. Again, we're going to trim the tag end of our braid pretty much right up to the knot. It doesn't need to be any residual tag end standing off. And there you have it. I don't know if it's a G3. I don't know if it's a G4. It's a G something. You can call it a KW knot for all I care. I didn't invent it. I will totally admit to that right now, but this is the knot that I have adapted, and it's performed exceedingly well for me. Like I said, most of the time I come back up from my snags in the bottom with a generous enough portion of leader material that you know, it's breaking off at my rig, and I'm able to tie a new sinker loop on the bottom and go right back to work. And there you have it. G3, G4, you name it, that's my knot. Thanks for watching.